Hi crafters, this is Amy. Just wanted to show you a frame I made with some of the birch bark that I have. And just to show you again, I don't know how you can see this. I have all of this birch bark here that I've, well, not a whole lot, but I'm going to gather some more this summer when I go up to northern Wisconsin. But I started with, a hunk like this, and I tore it. The first one I made, I cut the strips and left the edges, kind of rough, but these edges here I cut, and it didn't look quite as rustic as what I was going for. So this one, I tore the pieces, and again, this stuff is so easy to work with. And then what I did was I just, chose which corners were going to overlap. Then I took some pine cones, and these are just some things I've had forever. Cut that apart. And here, this what looks like a flower here, actually what I did was I took one of these little pine cones here, and I have a ton of these as well because I picked these up north. This is a hemlock tree. That's the little pine cone from there. And if you cut these, you can see on top, I don't know if you can see that there, it looks like a little flower. And as you cut down the pine cone, you can cut what looks like these little flowers. It's really kind of cool. I have some close-up pictures that I'll put in this video so you can see that a little closer. So, and then I took some of that knit cording that I have, and I put that around the edge to just kind of hide a little bit all of the hot glue. And what I did to get this to lay on here is I ran these pieces through the Cuttlebug, and I used the bottom plate, and I used one plate B, and then I used one plate C. That seemed to be about the right amount. And then what I did was, like when I put this piece in, I put the piece in up to about here. I didn't try to run this real chunky part through. This piece up to about here, all of the pieces. This, I think I did the whole thing. But that's how I got it flat. And then I did have trouble on this corner. I had glued it, but then it curled back up. And all I did was I took the heat gun, my heat gun, and I heated up that glue on the corner. And, it was before I had all this stuff on. And it also warms up the birch, which also is a way to flatten it if you warm it up. If it's curled up, you can heat it and uncurl it, either in the oven if you have large pieces, or just your your heat gun like you do embossing with. And that helped make the birch pliable again, and it melted the hot glue, and I just pushed it in place and held it. So really, again, simple to work with. I did use some chocolate chip ink and ink the edges just to make it a little, from where the tears were fresh. So I inked all those edges, and that's all I really did to it. So is I'm going old school here. Since I organized my colored pencil here in the drawer, I needed something, of course, to sharpen my pencils, and I didn't want to have to plug in yet another item. So I went back old school. I've had this at work for ages, and don't really need it at work. I was just keeping it there because I didn't really have a use for it at home. So it works really well, to suck down and hold on. And it's one of those that actually has all the different sizes. So I can, if I get larger pencils or something, I want to, even dowels, to use as a poker or something. So And I thought I could even use this shredded, the pencil shred. I mean, why couldn't I use that to, you know, texture a flower or something? The same way you would, you know, buy that texture. I was looking at it in the store and I thought it looks like pencil shavings. And as you do different color pencils and that, it could really be kind of pretty. So I'm going to try that too, is to stick those to texture something that way. So anyway, that's kind of what I've been up to, and I'm going to work with some more birch bark, and I am making some more cards. I just wanted to show you this one. I thought it was really cute. I cut the stove out from the Country Life Cricut cartridge and inked the paper with like 3 different inks and more of my knit cording. What I did on another background, this is going to be cute too, is I got these little button brads when I was up at my mom's, and so I'm starting to use those. Those are really cute. Anyway, did this one, and then the stamp from Hero Art that's sending warm wishes. So, still making some cards and that kind of stuff. Finished up this tag with more of the bird cages. I had cut out a number of bird cages. Usually when I cut something on the Cricut, I cut a number of them just to get a bunch of them, and then I can stash them and work with them later. And another thing I found was these shiny brads. They're just like an office supply. Got those really cheap. So, okay, have a good day. Talk to you later.